big number. And in those people who are suffering from presbyopia, or those who are having presbyopia, in that about 25% are using progressive lenses, and less than 25% with bifocal lenses, and around 50% with single vision lenses. So if you will see that, and this data is the world over data, this is not India data, because if you go by the Indian data, so definitely the progressive number would be less. But what we are seeing in the recent days, the number of people who are wearing progressive, the number is increasing, because now what happened, the people who are now, those people who are moving to the progressive age group, those are different from those people from the previous generation people. These are the people who don't want to use those kind of lenses, like kind of bifocal lenses where there is a visible line there on the spectacle, that that in a way is a kind of signify that uh, that would not be cosmetically acceptable to most of the people who are now moving to the presbyopic age group. So, and in the coming days, in the coming years, with the world population, the rate with the world population is growing, and uh, nowadays, like the average age of the world people, if across the world, the average age comes between 35 to 45 years of age group. So most of the people who are in the world today now, so the average age is between 35 to 45. Means this age group is having the largest population all over the world. So the presbyopia number is going to increase in the coming days, and and as I said, that those people who are now moving to the presbyopia age group, they do not want those lenses which are cosmetically not suitable for them. So more people are demanding for progressive lenses, and even if they are not demanding, they are wanting some kind of option where they can continue, where the lenses would be same in nature and similar in kind of single vision lenses. With that, they were able to do all the distance, near and intermediate work. So they want those option even if they are moving to the presbyopia age group. So progressive lenses are one option. So going further, let's discuss a brief about the progressive addition lens anatomy. So this is the anatomy you all would be knowing. So just quickly a revision. So this is a distance portion, and this is a near portion, and in between there is a progression zone. And you can see a line here, dotted. These are the dotted lines which are kind of showing a boundary. So this boundary is showing basically, if you go, if the patient eyes or the wearer eyes go away from this intermediate portion or distance portion or near portion to this portion, this is a progressive unwanted slender. These areas are having unwanted cylindrical. So if a patient or wearer eye are seeing from this area, the patient will be having swim effect, or they will be seeing a distorted image. And this is one of the reason most of the people are having difficulty in adaptation of progressive addition lenses, because of this unwanted cylindrical area or unwanted cylindrical area. So going more into the anatomy of the progressive, this is the general. So we know that in a progressive addition lenses, we would be getting a distant portion, then you would be getting a near portion, and there will be intermediate portion. And these intermediate portion would not be having a fixed power. There is a progressive zone. So for example, if our distance number is +2 and addition is plus, and patient require addition is +2. So near power would be +4. So distance power will be +2, near addition required +2, suppose. So near power would be +4. So, and this middle portion will be the progression zone. Means from +2 to +4, there will be progression zone. And this progression zone could be in the steps. That step could be +0.25 or could be +0.5. It depends upon the lens design that we are going to discuss in the uh, next slides. So suppose, like I giving the example, so if the near number is +4, means addition is +2 and distance number is +2, so adding both of them, the near power would be +4. So from +2 to get +4, there will be progression. And then progression could be in plus 0.25 step or zero point 0.5 steps. So this is the part from where the progression will start. So here the number would be maybe plus 2.25, then you would be having plus 2.5, then plus 2.75, then plus 3, then 3.25, then 3.75, and then it finally land up into the +4. So what we are seeing that if we are the steps are very less, if the step is in plus 0.25 diameter from distance to near, so this progression zone would be more large. It would be more large in nature, and if the progression steps are high, suppose plus 0.5 step progression, or even say plus 0.75, so this progression zone would be very less because we are having a higher steps of progression. So all of you can stop me if you are not able to understand, because this is very important to understand, to because this is very understand to understand the designs that I would be discussing in the next slides. So this is how the progression happened, and because of this progression, because the number is changing from distance to near in a step, so because of that progression, there would be unwanted cylindrical zone in the periphery. And this typical unwanted cylindrical area would be in this progression zone. And you are not seeing any unwanted cylindrical area in this dense portion. Even in the near portion, like you are seeing that if you see that this is the maximum near portion, so here also the progression, the unwanted cylindrical zone would be not very high, it's very large. So what we are seeing, this unwanted cylindrical area or distortion area is basically uh, accompany to the progression zone. So the next question would be why this unwanted cylindrical zone, or why this unwanted cylindrical power induced in the progressive lenses. Here unwanted cylindrical lens power आ कहाँ से जाता है? We are writing unwanted cylinder is, these are the number that we have not given to the patient, still that number exists in the patient prescription. So it happened because we are progressing, we are changing the lens power from distance to near in multiple steps. So to give you better understanding why this unwanted cylindrical power induced, I will give you an analogy. So before giving that analogy, few more points related to anatomy. So these are the some marking that you will see in action lenses. So these markings will basically basically help in the lens fitting, or in other terms we say progressive lens dispensing. So if you are seeing this red arc here, so this we call distance reference point. Means if you want to see a distance number for this prescription, if this is a progressive prescription of progressive lens, or if you wanted to see what is the number of if you wanted to see in the lensometer what is the number of this lens, you have to check at this area only. If you check this area or this area, you are not going to get the distance number, you will get something else. So this area is very important. This number area is, as is said, by the distance reference point. And then there will be a cross. So this is a fitting cross. We say this cross is a fitting cross. This fitting cross should match with the wearer pupil at the time of fitting. When we're fitting the progressive lenses on the patient eye, so this fitting cross should match with the patient pupil. If it is not matching with the patient pupil, again the patient would be having problem with their progressive lenses. And this is the near reference point. So similarly, if you want to check the distance power in the lensometer, you will check this area. Not here, not here, not here, only in this area. Similarly, this is the area where we'll check the near reference point or near add power in the lensometer, or near power. And then there would be two watermark. All the marks that you are seeing in the red color, these are the temporary marks. Means once the lens will be fitted in the frame, the dispenser will remove these marks, and these are the watermarks, that is the permanent mark on the lenses. One would be the logo and other would be the adhesion. So logo would be in the nasal side, and adhesion you will see always in the temporal side. And these two lines you are seeing here, this is the alignment line. So this line helps us, this two horizontal line we are seeing, this line helps us to helps in dispensing. So if the lens is tilted, so if the lens is not fitted very straight in the frame, so this line will be tilted. So you might be seeing this kind of oblique placement of line. If there is oblique placement of line, means this lens is not fitted very well in the frame and it require refitting. So this line is very important. It tells us that whether the lens is fitted a line in the spectacle frame or not. And this is the your edition number, and this would be your logo, and there would be this is basically the company logo, which company lens is there. So all these markings would be there in the lenses. And there you are seeing the PRP, this dotted mark. So this is called prism reference point. So what happened, every progressive lenses would be having some amount of prism. No progressive lens, you will not find any progressive lenses which does not having prism power in it. Why progressive lenses are having prism power in it? That is another thing, to another topic for discussion. So basically, they need to induce some kind of prism because of this progression zone, and there are a lot of optics shifting happening here. So artificially it induce some kind of prism. So to balance that prism, they induce the manufacturer induce similar amount of prism to minimize the or to zero the effect of that prism effect that have included while manufacturing these lenses. So if you want to check the prism power of progressive lenses, you can check at this point, PRP. It will give you the amount of prism power that is there in the progressive lenses. This prism number is not going to affect patient vision because ultimately this PRP value would be balancing, means the net effect would be zero. So just to give you the analogy why this unwanted cylindrical number induced in a progressive lenses. So think progressive lenses as a sand bucket. So if you have a sand, so this is a sandbox. We call it as a sandbox analogy. Think it, this sandbox, think it as a progressive lens. अब आपको क्या करना है कि you have to increase the power. So ये आपका think it as a progressive lens. ये आपका progressive lens है और आपको यहाँ ये distance का एरिया है और ये near का एरिया है और बीच में ये progression का एरिया है. आपको डिस्टेंस से नियर का पावर प्रोग्रेशन जोन में स्टेप वाइज करके बढ़ाना है. तो लेंस में हम पावर कैसे बढ़ाते हैं? देयर आर टू वे. वन थिंग इज दैट यू कैन स्टीप द कर्वेचर ऑफ द लेंस. आप कर्वेचर जितना स्टीप करोगे लेंस का पावर बढ़ता जाएगा. अदर वे इज टू इंक्रीज द रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स. तो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स का ऑप्शन इसमें नहीं होता है प्रोग्रेसिव लेंस का, बिकॉज द होल लेंस इज मेड अप ऑफ द सेम मटेरियल. तो डिस्टेंस के लिए जो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स है नियर के, सो द ओनली ऑप्शन दैट वी आर हैविंग टू increase the curvature, so make the curvature more steeper. तो आपको डिस्टेंस से नियर में पावर बढ़ाने के लिए यू हैव टू इंक्रीज द कर्वेचर इन अ स्टेप्स. जितने स्टेप्स में आप पावर बढ़ाना चाहते हो, ज्यादा जितना कर्वेचर स्टीप होगा उतना ज्यादा पावर इंड्यूस होगा. सो कर्वेचर स्टीप करने के लिए व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, यू हैव टू टेक आउट द सम ऑफ द लेंस मटेरियल एंड यू हैव टू बैलेंस इट इनटू द अदर एरिया. सो आपको इसमें पावर इंड्यूस करने के लिए हमें इसको स्टीप करना पड़ेगा, मतलब इसको कर्व करना पड़ेगा और ज़्यादा. सो कर्व करने के लिए आपको यहाँ से कुछ मटेरियल हटाने पड़ेंगे. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है, यहाँ से जो मटेरियल आप हटा रहे हो उसको आप बाहर नहीं फेंक सकते इस सैंड बॉक्स से. मतलब इस जो आप स्टिपनिंग कर रहे हो, स्टिपनिंग के लिए जो मटेरियल यहाँ से कुछ हटा रहे हो उसको आप बाहर नहीं कर सकते. दैट इज गोइंग टू बी एडजस्टेड इन द सेम प्रोग्रेसिव लेंस. सो या तो आप उसको नियर पार्ट में एडजस्ट कर दो या डिस्टेंस पार्ट में एडजस्ट कर दो. सो बेस्ट पार्ट टू एडजस्ट जो हमने अनवांटेड एरिया जो हमने स्टिपनिंग करके निकाला है, दैट इज इन द पेरिफेरी, इस पेरिफेरी वाले एरिया. तो सैंड बॉक्स का एग्जांपल होगा, आप यहाँ से सैंड निकाले और आप उसको पेरिफेरी में शिफ्ट करते जा रहे हैं. सो वो पेरिफेरी में क्या हो गया, अनवांटेड सैंड्स वहाँ जमा होने लगे. तो दैट इज अ काइंड ऑफ डिस्टॉर्शन. सो सिमिलरली हैपन इन द प्रोग्रेसिव एटेंशन लेंसेज कि जब आप यहाँ से स्टिपनिंग करते हो तो दैट स्टिपनिंग causes unwanted cylindrical in the periphery. जो कि मेजर कंसर्न है, काउज ऑफ कंसर्न है पेशेंट के एडेप्टेशन प्रॉब्लम का विथ प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज। और ये भी रीजन है कि आपके प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज का डिस्पेंसिंग बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए। सपोज जैसे हमने पहले पिक्चर में दिखाया था कि पेशेंट का जो आई है उसका पीपल फिटिंग क्रॉस से मैच करना चाहिए। तो सपोज हमने पेशेंट को प्रोग्रेसिव लगाया और पेशेंट का पीपल यहाँ आ रहा है, फिटिंग क्रॉस पे नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है, सॉरी, आपका पेशेंट की आई यहाँ है और आपका फिटिंग क्रॉस यहाँ आ गया इस जगह। सो ये क्या हो गया, पेशेंट ऑटोमेटिकली अभी ये अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल एरिया से देख रहा है, तो पेशेंट विल बी ऑलवेज हैविंग कंप्लेन। पेशेंट को कभी कंफर्टेबल होगा ही नहीं क्योंकि वो एक्चुअल पोजीशन से देख ही नहीं रहा है। So that's why fitting becomes very important. That's why IPD measurement become very important in fitting progressive addition lenses. क्योंकि पेशेंट के पास जो देखने का एरिया है ये वाला एरिया है, ये नियर का एरिया है और पीछे का बस इंटरमीडिएट है। पेशेंट की आई जहां इस एरिया में शिफ्ट होगी अनवांटेड वाले एरिया में, पेशेंट विल कम अप विथ कंप्लेंट्स कि वो प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज उसको सूट नहीं कर रहे हैं। So ऐसा नहीं कि हमने रिफ्रैक्शन गलत किया, रिफ्रैक्शन we have done correct. Only problem is that we have not fitted very well these progressive lenses. So going further, so I think grossly optics समझ में आ गया होगा progressive का optics में क्या होता है basically problems. So ये डिज़ाइन है, ये काफ़ी ओल्ड स्कूल डिज़ाइन है। आजकल डिज़ाइन बहुत ही एडवांस हो गए हैं, लेकिन वो सारे जो आज के एडवांस डिज़ाइन है all are based on these basic designs, hard design, soft design. That's why we are still reading this hard and soft design, because unless we do not know what is hard design, soft design, we would be not able to understand about the modern design. Just let me know कि मेरी voice आ रही है नहीं।
सर आ रही है वॉइस आपकी, आ
Yes.
रही है सर वॉइस।
Okay, fine. ठीक है। So hard design everyone know. Basically hard और soft design में just briefly to revise. Hard design में if you can see in the diagram, in hard design you have a very short progression and you have a wider area for distance and wider area for near, ठीक है। लेकिन इसकी वजह से कुछ इशू क्या हो जाते हैं, आपका प्रोग्रेशन शॉर्ट होने की वजह से क्या होता है, आप जो डिस्टेंस से नियर में शिफ्ट करते हो पावर, दैट मैंने इससे पहले जो ऑप्टिक्स में बताया था, यू हैव टू शिफ्ट इन द स्टेप्स। तो सिंस hard design में we have to make the this progression zone very short, so we take large steps. Instead of taking 0.5 to 0.25 steps, we take 0.5 or 0.75 steps. तो उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, ये अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल एरिया बहुत ही स्ट्रांगली इंक्रीज होता है पेरिफेरी में। So because of that, what we are seeing that the unwanted cylindrical area would be more, the amount would be more in hard design. But इसका advantage क्या है, you would be having more distance area and more near area. But similarly disadvantage क्या है, you have a very less progression area. Progression area बहुत ही कम होता है। So जैसे ये यहाँ पीक जो एक वैली शो कर रहा है, ये शो कर रहा है बेसिकली सिलेंड्रिकल अमाउंट, अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल अमाउंट। सो हम इस पिक्चर में देख रहे हैं कि अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल अमाउंट का पीक बहुत ज्यादा हार्ड डिजाइन में। सिमिलरली आप सॉफ्ट डिजाइन में देखो, अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल एरिया का पीक बहुत हाई नहीं है, मतलब अनवांटेड जो सिलेंड्रिकल है, जो 1 डायप्टर या 0.5 डायप्टर या 0.75 डायप्टर जिस भी अमाउंट का होगा, सो दैट इज नॉट इन वेरी हाई अमाउंट। बट लेकिन हम क्या देख रहे हैं कि ये अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल एरिया लार्ज जोन में फैला हुआ है सॉफ्ट डिजाइन। यहाँ छोटे जोन में फैला हुआ है, लेकिन यहाँ एक लार्ज जोन में फैला हुआ है लेंसेज के। So इसका एडवांटेज क्या होता है, the patient or wearer would be getting a very large progression zone and very wide intermediate zone, so intermediate vision would be very good. और साथ ही साथ अगर पेशेंट बाई चांस इस एरिया से देखने, कभी इसकी आई इस एरिया में चली भी जाती है, तो उसको इतना ज्यादा डिस्टॉर्शन फील नहीं होगा। पेशेंट विल फील लिटिल बिट डिस्टॉर्शन, बट इतना नहीं होगा जितना हार्ट में होगा। स्विम, उसको हम स्विम इफेक्ट कहते हैं। But similarly, इसके साथ issues क्या है? The patient would not be getting a very large distance area or very large near area. So this is the basic of the hard and soft design. So any question regarding hard and soft design? No. Okay. Okay, ठीक है, लास्ट में हम ले लेंगे। Then symmetrical and asymmetrical design. दूसरा डिजाइन है हमारा symmetrical. सो इसमें एक चीज क्लियर कर देता हूँ, सिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन हम आज यूज नहीं करते हैं टुडे। ऑल द प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज, इवन द लोकल प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज, एसिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन, ठीक है। लेकिन एसिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन जानने से पहले हमें सिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन के बारे में थोड़ा सा जानना हो। तो सिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन, अब एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम क्या है प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज के साथ, कि प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज में राइट एंड लेफ्ट दोनों आई के लिए सेपरेट लेंसेज होने चाहिए। व्हाई? सो रीजन ये है कि हमारी आई का, हम जब डिस्टेंस से नियर देखते हैं तो हमारी आई कन्वर्ज करती है, और कन्वर्जेंस का जो मूवमेंट है ये डिसजोगेंट मूवमेंट है। मतलब ये सेम डायरेक्शन में मूवमेंट नहीं है, ये अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में मूवमेंट है। सो अगर आप अगर आप देखो कि हम, जब हमारी आई कन्वर्ज करती है तो हमारी आई इस तरीके से मूव करती है, ठीक है। सो ये डायरेक्शन अपोजिट है, हमारी राइट आई इधर को मूव कर रही है। सेम डायरेक्शन में होता तो लेफ्ट आई को भी इधर मूव करना चाहिए, लेकिन लेफ्ट आई इधर को मूव कर रही थी, अपोजिट है। तो अगर आप, तो जब हम नियर में देखते हैं तो नियर में हमारी आई थोड़ा कन्वर्ज कर जाती है, तो हमारा नियर का एरिया यहाँ आ जाएगा, थोड़ा सा इनवर्ड आ जाएगा। अब नियर का एरिया चाहे से डिस्टेंस से बिल्कुल सामने, यहाँ नियर का एरिया नहीं प्लेस कर सकते, क्योंकि जब हम नियर देखते हैं तो हमारी आई थोड़ी कन्वर्ज करती है, तो हमें नियर का एरिया थोड़ा सा इनवर्ड और नेजल शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा। हम फिजिक्स के टर्म में या डिस्पेंसिंग के टर्म में से कहते हैं नेजल शिफ्ट। फिर नियर एरिया थोड़ा नेजली शिफ्ट होता है बिकॉज हमारी आई का कन्वर्जेंस। तो इसीलिए चूंकि राइट और लेफ्ट आई का कन्वर्जेंस अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में होता है, सो वी नीड सेपरेट डिजाइन फॉर राइट एंड लेफ्ट आई। अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि स्टार्टिंग में जब प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज बनना शुरू हुए तब हमारे पास जो डिजाइन था वो सिमेट्रिकल था। मींस देयर वर नो राइट डिजाइन, देयर वर नो सेपरेट डिजाइन फॉर राइट आई एंड देयर वर नो सेपरेट डिजाइन फॉर लेफ्ट आई। सो उसकी वजह से क्या होता था, राइट आई में अगर लेंस को फिट करना है तो सेम डिजाइन था, राइट आई में फिट करना है तो लेंस को थोड़ा सा हमने काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट कर दिया, ठीक है, थोड़ा सा इधर को शिफ्ट कर दिया। इसी तरीके से लेफ्ट में फिट करना है तो हमारे पास डिजाइन एक ही है, राइट लेफ्ट नहीं है, एक ही डिजाइन है। आप जो दोनों आई में देख रहे हो, लेंस अलग अलग है बट डिजाइन सेम है। और लेफ्ट आई में फिट करना है तो आपने लेंस को थोड़ा सा क्लॉकवाइज शिफ्ट कर दिया, तो इससे क्या हुआ, ये वाला एरिया मूव करके इधर को आ गया और ये वाला एरिया मूव करके इधर आ गया, ठीक है। लेकिन ये शिफ्ट करने से क्या हुआ, अगर आप यहाँ देखो तो ये लेंस का ये वाला जो एरिया है ये टिल्टेड हो गया, ठीक है। सो वो टिल्ट की वजह से क्या हुआ, टिल्ट हो गया यहाँ, दिस एरिया इज बिकम्स टिल्टेड, और जो कि अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा, पेशेंट के पूरे ऑप्टिक्स को डिस्टर्ब करेगा। मतलब पेशेंट की आई जब डिस्टेंस से नियर आएगी, सो chances are more कि that will land up into the this this area, इस वाले एरिया में, अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल एरिया में पेशेंट की आई लैंड अप कर जाएगी, ठीक है। सो इसकी वजह से पेशेंट, तो स्टार्टिंग के जो प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज थे वो हमारे सिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन थे, मींस देयर वर नो सेपरेट डिजाइन फॉर राइट एंड लेफ्ट आई। One design was there, and that while fitting in the eye, the lens were rotated in the right eye counterclockwise, and the left eye it is a clockwise, so give the nasal shift. And because of that, because of that there would be several problems related to optics, and patient adaptation was very poor. इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए मैन्युफैक्चरर्स ने न्यू डिजाइन बनाए जिसको हम एसिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन कहते हैं, ठीक है। सो asymmetrical design was just an improvement over the symmetrical design, and here we are seeing there is a separate design, there is a separate design for right eye and there is a separate design for left eye, so no need to rotation of the lens. So अब अगर आप इस डायग्राम को ध्यान से देखो तो you are seeing that this is very straight, यहाँ आपको कोई tilting नहीं दिख रहा है, okay, so there is no tilting of progression zone, and इसकी वजह से पेशेंट को ऑप्टिक्स एंड एडेप्टेशन वाज मोर बेटर, ठीक है। सो दिस हार्ड एंड सॉफ्ट एंड सिमेट्रिकल एसिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन समझ में आ गया, देन यू विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट डिजाइन।
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of that line in a asymmetric design?
क्या?
The white line. So what is the meaning of white line of the symmetrical design?
Where is white line?
This white. this dotted white line, this one.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो एक वर्टिकल एक्सिस शो कर रहा है कि हाउ विल सी दिस. सो दिस इज अ
Okay.
सिंपली लाइन को एक पूरा वर्टिकल एक्सिस में शो किया. दैट लाइन सिग्निफाइज नथिंग. ओके,
This
कर रही है तुम लोग इस पे. So this line signifies nothing. This is just a showing that lens is straight or rotated. So अगर आप देख रहे हो तो यहाँ देखो एक एंगल बन रहा है, लेंस को रोटेट किया है, उसके लिए वर्टिकल लाइन शो किया है कि now the lens has rotated this side, और इसमें हमने इस साइड में रोटेट किया. So going to our next design is हाँ, and this is the last design, mono and multi design. ठीक है. So again mono design जो था हमारा, it is the अर्लियर डिजाइन, जो पहले डिजाइन थे. आज भी मोनो डिजाइन लेंसेज बनते हैं जो हमारे बिल्कुल घटिया बेकार वाले लोकल प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज होते हैं, जो आपको 1000-1500 में मिल जाएंगे. दोज आर द मोनो डिजाइन लेंसेज. ठीक है. ऑल द मॉडर्न प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज आर द मल्टी डिजाइन लेंसेज. अब दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है, मोनो डिजाइन और मल्टी डिजाइन में? सो यहाँ मोनो और मल्टी का कॉन्सेप्ट पावर से है. अगर आप इस डायग्राम को और इस पिक्चर को गौर से देखो तो यहाँ मोनो मल्टी का ये हार्ड सॉफ्ट जोन, हार्ड जोन, प्रोग्रेशन, इससे कुछ नहीं लेना देना है. यहाँ पावर से लेना देना है. तो प्रॉब्लम क्या था कि जब हमारे पास मोनो डिजाइन था, मोनो डिजाइन का मतलब मोनो मीन्स वन डिजाइन, मीन्स आपको डिस्टेंस से नियर के लिए एक ही डिजाइन था. ठीक है. मीन्स अगर डिस्टेंस में आपका +1 है पावर और एडिशन आपका +1 है, सो +1 से तो नियर का पावर +2 हो जाएगा. तो +1 से +2 आने के लिए यू आर हैविंग ओनली, फॉर एग्जांपल मोनो डिजाइन में यू आर हैविंग फिक्स स्टेप. तो आप सिर्फ 0.5 के स्टेप में या 0.25 के स्टेप में ही शिफ्ट कर सकते हो, चाहे आपका एडिशन 1 है, चाहे आपका एडिशन 2 है, चाहे आपका एडिशन 3 है. सो इसकी वजह से प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, आप इसको सोच के देखो कि अगर आपका सपोज डिस्टेंस नंबर +1 है और नियर एडिशन +1 है, सो नियर में पेशेंट को क्या चाहिए होगा, पेशेंट रिक्वायर नियर पावर +2. सो फॉर +1 at this mono design would be okay, because even if you want to progress in 0.5 steps, so what you need, you are having enough space like +1 then +1.5, or suppose you want to move in the 0.25 steps. So +1 के बाद आप +1.25 जाओगे, फिर 1.5 जाओगे, फिर 1.75, and then you will easily land up onto +2 area. Now think about this condition where your distance number is +1 and you need +2 add. So आपका near addition, near power क्या हो गया, +3. Now from यहाँ से यहाँ तक मूव करने के लिए यू आर हैविंग सेम डिजाइन. आपके पास ऑप्शन नहीं है कि आप यहाँ आप स्टेप चेंज कर सको. जो आपने +1 डायप्टर के लिए जो आपके पास स्टेप्स अवेलेबल था, +2 के लिए भी आपको वही स्टेप्स फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे. तो यहाँ स्टेप्स काफी बढ़ जा रहे हैं. 1 से 2 में जाने के लिए अब स्टेप्स कितने हैं, ओनली यू हैव 3-4 स्टेप्स. लेकिन +2 से +1 से +3 में जाने के लिए यू नीड मोर स्टेप्स. एंड सिमिलरली अगर आप सेम आपका डिस्टेंस का पावर +1 है और नियर आपका पावर एडिशन +3 है, तो नियर पावर 4 हो गया. तो यहाँ 1 से 4 मूव करने के लिए यू नीड फर्दर स्टेप्स, और भी आपके स्टेप्स बहुत बढ़ गए, बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव अ चॉइस. मोनो डिजाइन आप एक फिक्स स्टेप्स में ही बढ़ सकते हो. अब उसकी वजह से क्या हो रहा है, सी अब अगर डिस्टेंस से ये +1 ऐड से एंड +3 ऐड से कंपेयर करो, सो एनीवन टेल मी क्या हो रहा है. वेरी इजी टू
सर
अंडरस्टैंड.
इंटरमीडिएट जोन कम हो रहा है उस तरह का.
गुड. इंटरमीडिएट
जो
जोन बहुत ही कम हो जा रहा है जैसे जैसे आपका एडिशन हाई होता जा रहा है. और क्या हो रहा है, एंड सिमिलरली आपका ये डिस्टॉर्शन एरिया भी बहुत ही इंक्रीज करता जा रहा है. इसका इंटेंसिटी बढ़ता जा रहा है. देखो इसका कलर इंटेंसिटी काफी हाई हो गया.
यस सर.
तो मोनो डिजाइन में इधर मोनो में आपके पास हार्ड डिजाइन है या सॉफ्ट डिजाइन है, इट डजंट मैटर. एडिशन जैसे जैसे बढ़ता जाएगा आपका इंटरमीडिएट जोन कम होता जाएगा, एंड द पेशेंट वुड बी हैविंग मोर प्रॉब्लम इन द पेरिफेरी, और उसका जो अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल एरिया है दैट इज गोइंग टू इंक्रीज. ठीक है. तो इसकी वजह से क्या हो गया, इसकी वजह से मोनो डिजाइन में क्या था, द पेशेंट दोज हु आर हैविंग लो एट, सपोज एट +1 और लेस देन दैट, those patients were very comfortable with the mono design progressive lenses, but those patients who are having higher AT, those patients are not comfortable with their progressive lenses, and ultimately they are not using their progressive lenses. To overcome this problem, the manufacturer have come up with a multi-design. So what is the meaning of multi-design? Means there is not one design. So plus, so they start with 0.75. So total अगर आप 0.75 से and progressive is available up to plus 3.5 add. So see plus 0.75, then your next number addition का अगर आप number देखो, first number your addition is plus 0.75, next addition number is plus 1, then you have plus 1.25, then 1.75, then plus 2, then इस तरीके से there are 12 steps, there are 12 different addition numbers. So the manufacturers have designed a separate design for each addition power. So for example, किसी patient को plus 2 add चाहिए तो उसके लिए the design is different. The company would not use the same design that is made for plus 0.75. For plus 2 there is a different design, और वो design इस तरीके से बनाया गया है कि हम ये intermediate zone को wide कर सकें और साथ ही साथ हम ये peripheral aberrations को कम कर सकें. So अगर आप यहाँ देखो मल्टी डिजाइन में अगर आप देखो, so what is happening here, अगर आप मल्टी डिजाइन को सॉफ्ट मोनो डिजाइन से कंपेयर करो, एनीवन क्या हो रहा है? कुछ नहीं हो रहा है
सर डिस्टेंस एरिया भी बढ़ रहा है और जो डिस्टॉर्शन था जो साइड में वो भी कम है
and the distance and near area is also good enough. So इसकी वजह से क्या हो गया, the patient would be more, the lenses becomes more easy to adaptation for even higher addition power. ठीक है? So this was all about the lens 3 design. अब इसमें एक पॉइंट आपको नोट करना है कि ये मोनो डिजाइन मल्टी डिजाइन डिफरेंट है, हार्ड डिजाइन सॉफ्ट, मतलब एक ही लेंस में ये सारे डिजाइन हो सकते हैं. अ लेंस कुड बी सॉफ्ट डिजाइन और उसी लेंस में सिमेट्रिकल डिजाइन भी हो सकता है और उसी लेंस में मल्टी डिजाइन भी हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि एक प्रोग्रेसिव लेंस आपका सिर्फ हार्ड डिजाइन होगा और उसमें फिर ये दूसरे डिजाइन नहीं हो सकते, क्योंकि हर डिजाइन का कॉन्सेप्ट अलग है. हर डिजाइन वो दूसरी चीजों को एड्रेस कर रहा है, दूसरे प्रॉब्लम को एड्रेस कर रहा है. ठीक है, सो अभी ये डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाएगा. बेसिक ऑप्टिक्स समझ में आ गया होगा, क्योंकि आगे हम जो भी पढ़ेंगे इसी के ऊपर सारा बेस है. ठीक है, तो इसका बस थोड़ा बहुत अपना माइंड में रखो कि हमने जो चीजें डिस्कस की. Okay, so going further, how all progressive addition lenses are different from addition lenses. So see, there are 3 different lenses. This is the single vision lenses, this is a bifocal, and this is a progressive lenses. So how a progressive lenses is different from these 2 lenses. So single lenses, we know that having same power across the lens, all over the lens would be having the same power. So what does that mean? Means lens is made from the same curvature. So all across the lens would be having a same curvature. What would happen in the bifocal lenses? Because आप लेंस में पावर कैसे इंड्यूस करते हो? लेंस में पावर इंड्यूस करने का 2 ही ऑप्शन. सिंगल विजन लेंसेज में तो यू आर वेरी इजी, आपको पूरे लेंस में एक ही पावर रखना है. यू नीड टू गिव ओनली वन कर्वेचर थ्रू आउट द लेंस. आपके पास नेक्स्ट लेंसेज आता है बाइफोकल. अब बाइफोकल के साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है, आपको 2 अलग अलग पावर क्रिएट करने हैं. सो हाउ कैन यू क्रिएट दैट पावर? सो बाइफोकल में हमारे पास जो पावर क्रिएट करने का ऑप्शन है वो, तो हम क्या करते हैं, हम डिस्टेंस का हमारा ये अलग कर्वेचर है, अलग सर्किल के थ्रू शो हो रहा है, तो जो डिस्टेंस का पावर इंड्यूस कर रहा है, और नियर का कर्वेचर, नियर का पावर हमने बढ़ाया और लेंस को स्टीप करके. तो आपको दिख रहा है कि नियर वाला जो सर्किल है वो छोटा है मतलब उसका कर्वेचर स्टीप हो. So steep curvature means more power, and so near would be more power. We know in the bifocal lenses near would be more power than distance. Now see here how complex this progressive design becomes. Progressive design क्यों इतना complex हो जाता है? So आपका ये distance number है, this area is showing your distance number and this near area is showing distance number. और इस बीच में आपका progression zone है. Now see, for progression zone you need multiple curvature because each curvature will give you the different number. और progression zone में क्या है? Your progression zone is not a fixed number. मतलब आप प्रोग्रेसिव में ये प्रोग्रेशन जोन है, ऐसा नहीं कि आपका डिस्टेंस का नंबर +2 है और नियर +4 है, तो इंटरमीडिएट जोन वुड बी हैविंग +3 नंबर, that is trifocal. इंटरमीडिएट जोन हैविंग मल्टीपल नंबर इन द प्रोग्रेशन, और वो मल्टीपल नंबर आपको लेंसेज में डालने के लिए यू नीड मल्टीपल कर्वेचर. सो theoretically to discuss it is very easy to visualize कि ऐसा कैसे होगा, लेकिन when you really want to manufacture these lenses, it's very difficult to creating curvature at each portion of a lens, different curvature, not a same curvature. So that's how the complex progressive lens design is. So moving further, so this is the basic of all. Basically already हम discuss कर चुके हैं. So the progressive lenses are best suited for this kind of people, those who are having near work also, intermediate work also, and distance work also. So for example, someone working in a bank. So in bank, suppose that person wanted to type, that person need to type something in keyboard and also need to see the thing that he's typing is correct or not on the computer screen, and he might also need to see something that is far away in the distance area. So a bifocal lens would not be help for this patient. Bifocal lens kya karega? Distance, it will give vision for distance, and this keyboard is at a near distance and this is an intermediate distance. So is the patient would be best suited for progressive lenses. So already ये डिस्कस कर चुके हैं हम कि ये जो आपका नंबर होता है, इट इज इन ए प्रोग्रेशन जोन, ये फिक्स नंबर नहीं होता है. योर डिस्टेंस नंबर वुड बी फिक्स एंड नियर नंबर वुड बी फिक्स, बट जो ये प्रोग्रेशन जोन होगा देयर वुड बी द मल्टीपल डिफरेंट नंबर. फिर ओके ये ऑलरेडी हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. Now going to little back to the history of progressive addition lenses. Actually progressive addition lenses मार्केट में किस तरीके से और over the period of time किस तरीके से progressive addition lenses में changes आए. So so anyone can tell me that which company has introduced progressive addition lenses? No. So Essilor. Actually it is Essilor who first time in 1959 introduces progressive addition lenses. 1959 से प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज के बारे में कोई जानता भी नहीं था. एसिलोर ने फर्स्ट टाइम इसको विजुअलाइज किया कि ऐसे भी कुछ लेंसेज हो सकते हैं. इन 1959 फर्स्ट टाइम दे हैव लॉन्चेस progressive addition lenses by the brand name Verilux, and still they are continuing with this Verilux brand, जो कि Essilor का बहुत ही like one of their proud brand. Essilor वालों से पूछोगे तो उनको किसी ब्रांड पर सबसे ज्यादा जो कहते हैं ना प्राउड है, that is the Verilux, because that is something that they have discovered and that is something very big. फिर Verilux के डिजाइन को फिर इनको करके दूसरी कंपनियों ने कॉपी करके बनाना शुरू किया, बट Verilux और Essilor is the company who first time invented progressive lenses. So जो फर्स्ट प्रोग्रेसिव लेंस है जो Verilux ने मार्केट में इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, and what is the situation now? So जो 1959 में the first lenses that were introduced in the market, and what is the situation now? It has changed a lot. जो first generation progressive lenses थे, and now the 6th generation progressive lenses are there in the market. So उनमें tremendous मतलब इतना ज़्यादा changes आ गए हैं कि we'll go through अभी history में. तो ये फर्स्ट जनरेशन थे जो कि बेसिकली 1959 में Verilux के नाम से, और इस फर्स्ट जनरेशन में लेंसेज क्या था, बेसिकली दे वर हैविंग ओनली डिस्टेंस जोन, then they were having a near zone, and there is a very small area in between, so it was a kind of bifocal or trifocal. तो जो 1959 में इन्होंने Verilux इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, those lenses were not very successful क्योंकि एक्चुअली वो प्रोग्रेसिव था ही नहीं, क्योंकि डिस्टेंस एरिया था, नियर एरिया था, और बीच में उसमें कोई प्रोग्रेसिव ऑप्टिक्स नहीं था. उन्होंने जो ऑप्टिक्स यूज किया था, दैट spherical optics. हम optics में पढ़ते हैं ना, there is a spherical curvature and then there is a aspheric curvature. So one of the feature of aspheric curvature क्या है? जैसे our cornea is a aspherical surface. So our cornea is a aspherical surface means cornea is having different curvature and different. So we know that cornea is very steep in the center, and as we go to the periphery, the cornea becomes flatter. Means हमारा cornea का जो curvature है, it keeps on changing from distance to center. This is the aspheric progress. Optics. So 1959 में जो Verilux ने जो progressive introduce किया था, they have not used aspheric optics because that time aspheric optics था ही नहीं. Because aspheric optics बनाने के लिए you need a very highly specialized machines, computerized operational machines, जो कि उस time तक available नहीं थे. So ये lenses बहुत ज़्यादा success नहीं हुए because their optics were not very good, and ultimately the patients, those people who were using those lenses, they were never comfortable with these lenses, and ultimately they have discontinued those. So what happened? The Essilor keep on working their Verilux lenses, and they come up with the new second generation Verilux lenses in 1972. So what is that? What is new in there? So they recognize and accept it as a standard method of correcting press. So 1972 में जब उन्होंने progressive introduce किया their second generation, so there they have introduced aspheric optics, and that totally changed the scenario of the progressive lenses because aspheric optics की वजह से the lenses optics has increased significantly, and the patient becomes, and those patients who started using those lenses, they are really comfortable with those progressive lenses. And from 1972 actually the people started accepting progressive lenses, and they have accepted as a standard method of correcting presbyopia. And what happened there, basically improve peripheral zones. And in 1988 they have further improved their design, and they come up with the third generation progressive lenses. So third generation was nothing but a multi-design progressive lenses जो already हम discuss कर चुके हैं. So third generation से पहले हमारे जो भी थे design, those are the mono design lenses. So basically it introduced in 1988. So there were basically 12 near editions जो मैंने पहले बता रहा था कि 0.75 से 0.35 ad के लिए, हर एक ad number के लिए there is a separate design. So had a distinct design developed for the specific edition. So ये हमारा picture है. These are the first generation. So first generation में आप देख रहे हो ये एक distance वाला area है, and this is a near area, and एक बीच में umbilic area है जो कि सिर्फ distance और near को connect कर रहा है. So there is no aspheric optics. So इसकी वजह से क्या होता है? The optics was not very good. So they just have tried. So this was the first generation. Second generation they have used aspheric. So अगर आपने aspheric optics पढ़ा होगा तो aspheric surface come from this structure: ellipse, circles, parabola, hyperbola. And because of that the optics significantly introduced. So basically second generation का जो major आप कह सकते हो जो major point है कि they basically use the aspheric optics. And third generation we already discussed. In third generation what improvement they have done? They included mono design, sorry, multi design. And moving further, then coming to the fourth generation, so they keep on improving their lenses. So fourth generation was 93 में इन्होंने introduce किया. So इसमें इन्होंने basic concept क्या किया? The basic concept was to shorten the length of the progression zone and control the deformation of the lens periphery. That is the short progression and soft periphery. So in the fourth generation, what happens? They try to okay, I will show in the next slide. So, okay, so this is the fourth generation. If you see, so this is the अभी हमारे ये पहले स्टैंडर्ड लेंस थे, चाहे आपका सॉफ्ट डिजाइन में हो या हार्ड डिजाइन में. So इसमें क्या था? You have so normally one of the problem with the progressive lenses, because of this progression zone, the lens का जो size होता है it is increased. And इसकी वजह से क्या होता है? You need a large size frame. So most of people don't want to use a very large size of frame because they want a like medium or small size frame, B size basically frame. So fourth generation में they try to decrease this progression zone. अगर आप यहाँ progression zone देखो hard design में या soft design में, it is a very, ये जो पहले के lenses थे third generation या first second generation के, this is a very large progression zone. और साथ ही साथ ये periphery aberration were also very high. So in the fourth generation they try to decrease the progression zone so that the lenses could be fit in a small dimension frame also. साथ ही साथ उन्होंने ये भी कोशिश किया कि how can we reduce the peripheral aberration also. So it is a very improved design. If you can see that they are able to successfully decrease the progression zone, and also the area of progression zone is also more. अगर आप यहाँ से compare करो hard design से, and wider distance in near area, and similarly the जो आपका peripheral aberration है that also somewhat near to the soft design. So that is a good thing. And then fifth generation was the very recent one that introduced in 2000. So इसमें simply था कि they have further work on कि जो हमारे ये periphery वाला जो distortion zone है, ये वाला distortion zone fifth generation में इसको और कैसे कम कर सकते हैं. So this is the fifth generation lenses. So अगर आप इसको देखो, this is the your standard fourth generation lenses. तो ये area जो है, this area is basically the aberration free area जहाँ vision बिल्कुल clarity होगा, और progressive wearer अगर इस area से देखेगा तो vision would not be clear and swim effect would be there because of the unwanted slant. So in fifth generation they have, because of the improved design in the optics, because of the improve in the technology, they are successfully able to increase this visual area. And that's why, and what happened because of that, this peripheral aberration becomes less, more or less, and the patient adaptation becomes more higher with this kind of fifth generation progressive lenses. And the last, those one is the very advanced one, is the sixth generation lenses, जो कि 2006 में उन्होंने introduce किया था, लेकिन अभी उसका बहुत ही highly formed market में exist करता है, जो कि वेव फ्रंट टेक्नोलॉजी पर वर्क करता है. सो वेव फ्रंट टेक्नोलॉजी जो हम लेसिक में यूज करते हैं, सो व्हाट दे डू इन दैट कि इसमें ओवरऑल लेंसेस के हर एक एरिया को इंडिविजुअली एब्रेशन कैलकुलेट करके उसको कर्वेचर इस तरीके से दिया जाता है कि उस एरिया के जो पेरिफेरल एब्रेशंस हैं, अनवांटेड सिलेंड्रिकल है, उसको हम कैसे एलिमिनेट कर सके. And that becomes possible because of the availability of the wavefront technology. So sixth generation lenses are very high lenses, and since they are using wavefront technology, so these are the very costly lenses. And अभी के time में they have also new कुछ और नए design आ गए हैं. Those are called personalized lenses. So personalized lenses are those lenses which can be made totally specific to your facial parameters. हमें ये भी पता है कि even our right and left side face are not symmetric. Even our faces are very asymmetric. So in personalized progressive lenses, those progressive lenses were very specific to that person only, for the person for which that lenses has been made. That's why it is called personalized lenses. So they measure PD, vertex distance, pentoscopic tilt, then IPD, then how the patient head posture is, everything taken into consideration, and then that lenses are designed. So since these are the very highly personalized lenses, so again these lenses are more costly. ठीक है, so हमने ये सारी चीजें हमने डिस्कस कर लिया. So we have discussed all this, hard design, soft design, mono design, multi design. But अब जब actually when you go into the opticals or जब when you discuss in the company, they are not talking in the terms of hard design, soft design, वो सारी चीजें. So what is the present scenario? So in the recent years, progressive lens innovation have fallen into one of the. So present progressive lenses either आपको Sunday में मिलेगा standard progressive or short corridor progressive or indoor progressive, or sometimes that is also called computer vision lenses. So in standard progressive are those progressives जहाँ आपका, these are the standard progressive, जहाँ आपका distance portion है, near portion है, and then you have a larger intermediate zone. So those are the large diameter lenses. Those are the standard progressive, conventional progressive जो चले आ रहे हैं. शॉर्ट कॉरिडोर प्रोग्रेसिव इज अ काइंड ऑफ फोर्थ जनरेशन लेंसेज जो हमने देखा. तो उसमें उन्होंने किसी तरीके से कोशिश किया कि हाउ कैन वी रिड्यूस दिस प्रोग्रेशन एरिया, वी कैन रिड्यूस सो दैट हम लेंसेज को छोटा बना सके डायमीटर में और इसको स्मॉल फ्रेम में फिट कर सके. एंड दिस लेंसेज आर वेरी पॉपुलर, शॉर्ट कॉरिडोर प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज. इवन अगर आप 10 लोगों को देखोगे जो प्रोग्रेसिव यूज कर रहे हैं, द न्यू प्रोग्रेसिव यूजर्स, not very old progressive users, abhi ke time mein jo bhi new progressive users and they prefer short corridor progressive lenses because these lenses could be fitted in a very good looking frames. So in that sense these are more appealing. And there are third kind of progressive lenses that is called indoor progressive, या इसको और भी बहुत सारे नाम से जानते हैं, office progressive और computer vision lenses. So this is basically your indoor progressive. So आप इसको अगर picture को carefully देखो, so this red area is the intermediate zone and this green area is the distance zone and this yellow area is the near zone. So इन lenses को specifically इस तरीके से डिजाइन किया जाता है कंप्यूटर यूजर्स के लिए जिनको बहुत ज्यादा वर्क है कंप्यूटर पे. They all the time 9 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours they spend on computers. So they need a very good vision in the intermediate area. So that's why these lenses provide a very good intermediate vision. Or those people who are working a lot on the computer or those who are working in the offices, they might not be need a lot of distance vision. ठीक है. और आजकल के जो ऑफिसेज होते हैं क्यूबिकल टाइप ऑफिसेज, those patient might not need wear a very good distance area. They might need a very small distance area. अगर distance में suppose wall पर कोई watch हैंग किया है तो टाइम देखना है, या दूर में कोई आ रहा है उसके फेस देखना है, तो this area is sufficient. And they need so basically they need, so this indoor progressive or computer vision lenses would be having a very large intermediate area and large near area. So this also called as a office progressive lenses. So ये भी आज के टाइम में बहुत popular है. So you might get some patient who will demand you, I need indoor progressives, or they might be reading on the internet and they will come to you and they will ask you कि अब मुझे indoor progressive बना के दो. So we should also know what these things are. अगर आप इंडोर प्रोग्रेसिव, इसको ऑफिस प्रोग्रेसिव के नाम से भी जानते हैं या कंप्यूटर विजन लेंसेज के नाम से भी जानते हैं, इन द प्रेस्बायोपिक एज ग्रुप, ये नहीं कि नॉर्मल एज ग्रुप की बात करते हैं. सो वी आर टॉकिंग इन द प्रोग्रेसिव एज ग्रुप. सो अगर नेक्स्ट पिक्चर में देखो तो देयर इज अ comparison with standard progressive lenses. So standard progressive lenses mean you have a very wide distance area, wide near area, and a very short intermediate area. So this is the present scenario regarding the progressive lenses. So which design to choose जब आप patient को recommend करते हो? So in recent year progressive lenses innovation have fallen into one of these categories. Already हम discuss कर चुके हैं. So आज के time में whenever you are recommending a progressive to a patient, so you're not saying that कि आप hard design लो, soft design लो. So either you have to talk in 3 terms. क्योंकि जब patient जाके dispensing shop में बात करे तो dispensing people should understand कि वो क्या बात कर रहे हैं. Either you can advise them standard progressive lenses, and we should be very clear कि जब हम standard progressive lenses की बात कर रहे हैं तो what does that mean. Then short corridor progressive lenses and the computer vision indoor or office progressive already हम discuss कर चुके हैं. जब भी आप lens choose करो, you have to keep in mind these factors. That patient who is coming to you for a progressive lenses, so how much near area that patient needs, means what kind of work that patient do, that will give you an idea that how much near area that patient would be needed. Means if the patient is having a lot of work for near, that patient might be better, that patient might be given better with a uh, standard progressive with short corridor lenses or short corridor lenses, or indoor office lenses. Then periphery zone, कि अगर आप जो पावर दे रहे हो उसमें पेरिफेरी जोन का एब्रेशंस की, या आपका जो हमने डिफरेंट जनरेशंस देखी उसमें पेरिफेरी जोन कितना रहेगा, देन इंटरमीडिएट जोन हाउ मच अवेलेबल. सो द सक्सेस ऑफ फिटिंग प्रोग्रेसिव लेंसेज to able to advise the best design, seeing the patient need, patient occupation, and patient habits. So the finding the best design is the key in success of dispensing progressive lenses. And of course, price matter. ऐसा नहीं कि all those things come at the same price. So a 6th generation lenses would be a very high price, starting with a 30,000. So that will start with the 30,000 and go up to like 70, 80,000. 6th generation lenses. The same with your 4th generation lenses, again, you start with 17 or 20,000. So price is also one factor that we also should keep in mind, but you should not, you should give option to the patient in terms of good, better and best. So that patient should have the option of choosing. अपने patient को बता दिया ये अच्छा है, ये उससे better है, and this is the best. Like 6th generation is the best, 4th generation is the better, and third generation is the good. First and second generation progressive lenses are no more in use. Okay, so this is a kind of thing, these are the practical aspect you keep in mind. So these are the further the same line, like prescribing progressive, newer progressive designs have made wearing no line bifocals easier, but describing and fitting them correctly can be still challenging before dispensing progressive. Remember that one size does not necessarily fit all. So like I said, you have to take into consideration patient age, patient occupation, and patient refractive error also. What kind of refractive error is there, and whether there is an anisometric refractive error or the patient is having same refractive error in both eyes, same amount of refractive error. And then other pathological condition, whether the one eye is pseudophakic and other eye is cataract. So all those factors also you have to take into consideration. As any the standard you will fit to all. So one design does not fit all. Then again, some additional points. So the short corridor progressive must be fit with care because short corridor progressive lenses are designed to be fit just like regular progressive. But while younger patients generally do well with them because their eyes can't transit from the distance to the ad very quickly, but older patient might be having problem with the short corridor lenses. So again, like I am saying, age matters. So older patients might not be very comfortable with short corridor progressive lenses because they are not very good with their eye movement. They tend to move their eyes or head more. So those things also you have to keep in mind. And also one thing you keep in mind, as we increasing the ad power, higher the ad power, the more will be the peripheral aberration area, irrespective of design. So even up 6th generation lenses भी दे रहे हो, 6th generation lenses में +1 ad और +3 ad दोनों के लिए जो peripheral area होगा वो different होगा. तो जैसे जैसे हम ad बढ़ाते जाते हैं तो the peripheral aberration is going to be more, irrespective of design. Fitting indoor progressive requires more than just the patient prescription, means it needs patient का working area क्या है, क्या उसकी working habit है. So to determine where these products will work well for particular patient requires specific attention to the patient workplace environment and activities of their occupation. Each indoor progressive design also has its own unique fitting requirements. Ask your lab, and it is always a good choice when you are fitting this kind of specialty lenses to the patient. Have an knowledge about those lenses, and if you're not very sure, ask with the manufacturer laboratory and they will be happy to help you. And these are the dispensing. I'm not going into this because it again need 1 hour session, so I will stop here and I can take questions. So आप लोगों ने बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस भेजे हैं, लेकिन if you can ask, क्योंकि ऑलमोस्ट उसमें बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन का आंसर आई थिंक यू विल गेट फ्रॉम द प्रेजेंटेशन.
Sir, what about the lens material?
So lens material again means lens material. Of course, you want to give a good lens material, means lens material with high refractive index with higher Abbe value, like Trivex or CR39 would be work in low power. So basically आप वो लेंस मटेरियल देना चाहोगे, लेंस मटेरियल डिपेंड्स अपॉन द पावर नीड, है ना. High power, of course you will need to give the high index material, and material which are having low chromatic aberration means higher Abbe value. So again ऐसा कोई fix नहीं है कि आप यही material दोगे. So again you have to decide. That's why dispensing is an art. It is not कि आपको standard एक ही चीज सारे patient के लिए fit हो. So you have to take into consideration कि patient का number क्या है. Okay, and of course the good lens materials would again cost more than the normal lenses.
Yes, sir. Trivex is more costly than the others.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
So I have one question. So suppose patient was previously using standard design in progressive, but he in new glasses he's saying that he need for computer vision or intermediate vision he wants more in office work. So then will we shift him from standard to that computer vision
No.
progressives?
No. Already that patient is using progressive lenses, right? So first
Yes, sir.
you wanted to know, first you will be interested in knowing that why the patient is not comfortable with his existing lenses for the computer vision problem. Because if the patient is using progressive lenses and using since last 2-3 years, so chances are high that those patients will be doing okay with their computer works. So my experience is that if the patient is comfortable with one design, don't change that design just for sake that there is a new design and that company people have came and they have told you that this design is having so many additional benefits. But with that benefit, again, the patient would be paying more. And second thing would be that when the patient will pay more, the expectation would be also more. And if the patient is doing well with already adapted progressive lenses, so if I will be your place, first I will try to find out the reason that how he's doing with his existing progressive lenses for his near work, and if he's not able to do comfortably, what is the reason why he's not able to do comfortably, and if the reason justify that this patient need a wider, suppose the patient have a lot of near work, then I will counsel patient that you might need to go or shift to that kind of progressive addition lenses. But at the same time you have to counsel them that those indoor progressive lenses will not give you good distance vision. नहीं तो नेक्स्ट टाइम पेशेंट आएगा और कहेगा ये आपने लेंसेज दे दिए इससे मुझे डिस्टेंस का तो दिखता ही नहीं है कुछ अच्छा. So you can change, but again you have to counsel them and you first always try to find out the reason why not comfortable. Just not straightforward, do not change.
Okay, sir.
Any other?
Sir, I have one question.
Hmm.
Sir, is there any acceptable time period for the adaptation of progressive lenses?
For which kind of patients?
So between the age of 40 to 45 years of age.
Okay, so I do not categorize patient on the basis of age. I categorize on the basis of what kind of lenses the patient were using previously. So suppose a patient who has never used, patient is presbyope, but that patient has never used bifocal and never used single vision lenses for his near work. And the patient age might be 50 years of age. So in that patient, I would, if the first lens I would be giving that patient, I would be give progressive. But if I get a patient who is already using some kind of near vision glasses, maybe bifocal or maybe single vision near glasses lenses, so I would be little bit more careful while shifting that patient to the progressive lenses. because बहुत बार हुआ है, like every time we do this we come into this problem. Patient जो already adapt कर जाते हैं एक lenses से ना, they are very difficult to shift unless patient is motivated. They wanted to shift for cosmetic reasons or some other reason. They might be not comfortable with their existing bifocal or single vision glass. If they are comfortable with their existing bifocal or single vision near glasses, I would not be changed. Okay, so the best persons or best patients whom you should advise progressive are those who are the fresh presbyops, newer presbyops, and or those who are old presbyops but not using any kind of presbyopic correction. And third are those who are having lower addition. So lower addition people are the one people who are very easily addicted with the progressive addition lenses. So I will see. तो मैं इस तरीके से देखता हूँ पेशेंट को, मैं एज के वाइज नहीं देखता हूँ कि ये एज है तो ये अडेप्ट कर जाएगा, इन माय एक्सपीरियंस. ठीक है, आई डोंट नो you got your answer or not.
Yes, sir, I got.
Okay, any other question?
Hello. Yes, sir, I have a question, sir. Why we are not using trifocal lenses? Because they have no such prismatic effects.
Trifocal?
Sorry. Yes, sir. Sorry. No as such cylindrical powers in the periphery.
Trifocal, na?
Yes, sir.
No, bifocal lenses are having different sets of problem. And second thing is that trifocal are, one thing is that cosmetically it is not very good. I have never seen any patient who is using trifocal lenses in my experience till now. So one reason is that in bifocal lenses you were having an image jump effect. So trifocal lenses would be having more image jump. Third thing is that it is more difficult to make a trifocal lenses. Okay, and
Yes.
and fourth reason is that there is a better option available. The progressive is already available. Then why to go to trifocal? So it is a bad decision to go to trifocal if the progressive is available. So never advise any patient for trifocal. Even if you advise, the company will say that we are not making trifocal. So theoretically we can think about it. Practically there is no trifocal.
Sir, I've seen a trifocal made by a company Nova, sir. In my college, sir, company once came to our college. So there was no means visible margin, and it just looked like progressive lenses. So I just remember that one, sir.
There are new kind of lenses. They are coming up with no line bifocals. Even the progressive lenses are called as no line bifocals, but they are separate kind of lenses. They are coming up with no line bifocals. Those lenses are bifocal, but there will be no line. So still we have to see that, but I don't think like the better choice is still progressive. So think or try to dispense more progressive, that will give you more confidence. Trifocal can be very personalized. Maybe 1 in 10,000 patients you need to give for very specific reason to use in a specific situation, not in all situations.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? इसमें बहुत सारी questions हैं. Like, is ball better than contact lenses or what? Yes.
Hello.
Hello,
sir. I have one question. Sir, as you said now, the person who is of old age, like 60, 65 years, and we cannot prescribe standard design to them because of their not having much more eye movement. Then what will be the appropriate design for them? And they did not have work for intermediate zone more.
No, those patients you fit with a standard progressive lenses. ठीक है, लेकिन उससे पहले मैंने ये भी कहा था, you also see that that patient is already at the age of 60 or 65 years. So they already have spent 20 years with presbyopia. So a person who is 60 years of age, they already have spent 20 years with presbyopia. So in that last 20 years, what kind of presbyopic correction that patient were using? In the last 20 years, if that patient were using bifocal lenses or using single near vision lenses only, glasses. So even a lot of people will say that they will try to shift that patient to the progressive lenses, any progressive lenses, standard or short corridor. It can you can give any, but if that patient were using any kind of, for the last 20 years, any kind of presbyopic correction other than progressive, I will not give them progressive, any kind of progressive, standard short corridor or indoor progressive. Okay, so ये मेरा thought process है, because I have seen those patients are not able to adapt progressive lenses. इसमें कुछ patient हो सकते हैं adapt कर देंगे, those who are very motivated. So better to not give them progressive. Continue with their previous mode of correction.
Oh. Okay, sir.
So, hello. Sir, what will be the sir, why we consider Abbey value in progressive
अच्छा, एक मिनट. Okay, before giving answer your question, ये सेशन डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाएगा. ऑलरेडी हम 2 बार करेक्ट कर चुके हैं. So you people want to continue with discussion इसके बाद? Otherwise this will be last question. अगर कंटिन्यू करना चाहते हैं तो we'll connect again. Means again after finishing this session. Yes, no, कुछ तो ओके, ठीक है. तो ये फिनिश हो जाएगा तो मैं लिंक को ओपन करूंगा जिसको कनेक्ट होना है. क्वेरीज होंगे, कनेक्ट कर लेना, देन वी विल डिस्कस. सो क्वेश्चन क्या था
सर? Abbey value, sir.
क्या Abbey value?
So why we consider Abbey value in prescribing progressive lenses?
So Abbey value, what does Abbey value tells? It tells about the chromatic aberration.